What's up, everybody? This is Ben Martin with the Where Are They Going podcast, episode 11. I'm with my guy, Brayden Esposito. Brayden, say what's up.
What's up, guys?
So let's jump into these questions like we always do. When did you start wrestling, Brayden?
I started wrestling in fifth grade, heading into middle school. So my sixth grade year is when I fully first started wrestling.
And why wrestling over anything else?
Well, I chose wrestling over anything else because it felt so smooth and just natural to me. I also did MMA when I was younger, so that kind of really helped to not like knowing a lot more stuff than I would have if I just started not knowing anything at all.
And what's your weight class?
My weight class, currently it's 141, but I'm next year hopefully either 133 or 125.
Okay. What do you do besides wrestling?
Well, besides wrestling, I'll work out. I like going for runs. I like lifting. All really depends on what kind of mood I'm in for myself.
And how do all those things help you in wrestling?
Okay, for the lifting and wrestling, it helps me feel stronger. So if I have someone that I know who's like stronger than me, can help with like technique wise. If I know I have better technique, getting better than running and conditioning wise, that makes me a lot better. So I don't gas out within the first 3 minutes of the match, and so I can just win it.
And it also helps you stay in the weight class with things
Yeah,
like running and conditioning.
it does.
Biggest influence off the field?
Definitely, my biggest influence would be my mom, since my mom's been there since the very first day she walked me into the first ever club I went to. From that moment, she's been there ever since and made sure I've been on the right path to success.
And let's spin that the other direction. Biggest influence on the mats?
By far, now I'm definitely gonna have to go with either our graduate assistant coach Austin Whitney or our assistant coach Brandon Gothard, because they've been there since day one of the recruiting process for me, and it's just been awesome having them give their knowledge on the mat to me. It makes me feel awesome.
Favorite moment from wrestling?
Oh, my favorite moment from wrestling was my sophomore year in high school. When I was living in Ohio, I got invited to a what's it called, like a pre-showcase match. It was between like Division 1, 2, and 3 kids that all qualified for the state tournament, and I was there. I got a It was my first and only match that night. I drew a kid from St. Paris Graham, which in Ohio is one of the main wrestling schools, and I ended up beating the kid 4-1. The kid was really tough and made me feel confident after that match, knowing I was gonna do good that season.
And was that like before the season or after the season ended, or?
That was before. That was in October. It was before any matches of the season even technically started.
Yeah, so that is a good confidence booster going into it.
It was.
Take me through the college decision process.
Well, the college decision process was both very hard and then short. Since COVID came while I was in the middle of all like recruitments and stuff like that. So it was hard. I was at one point I was looking at Plymouth State, Castleton, and I had some coaches from Ohio, not like D1, but like D2 and 3 schools wanting to know if I'd come to campus. And I had like Clarion, which is in Pennsylvania, kind of want me, but I didn't like the campus.
And why did you end up picking New England College?
I picked New England College because for me, it felt like I was at home when I came up in 2019 in November for a prospect camp. The head coach that was here at the time, Coach Archie, he made me feel like I was part of the team. So did the guys on the team, and also campus. It's small, it's amazing, it's beautiful, and then it just gives me that home feeling like I had in high school.
And where is New England College?
It is in a small town in Henniker, New Hampshire.
Oh, okay. And how do you like the small town vibe?
Oh, I like it. It's pretty fun. It's a fun town.
And I know that you haven't been there long. So far, has New England College been the right choice for you?
So far for me, I do believe NEC has been the perfect choice for me out of going anywhere. I feel like right at home, all the guys on my team, they're like brothers. It's just we're all that close. We have a special bond.
Do you see yourself wrestling professionally?
Well, my goal is hopefully to wrestle in the Olympics and freestyle and win a gold medal. So that is my ultimate goal. Wrestle in the Olympics.
Wow, that's interesting. Good luck with that.
Thank you.
And I know that you said that you're trying to wrestle in the Olympics, but what are you thinking about doing wrestling related and not wrestling related in the future?
Wrestling related, I was thinking of becoming a coach, either high school coach, middle school coach, club coach, or youth coach, since I want to help pass along the knowledge I know and the technique, the stuff I've learned over the years, pass it on to the next generation of wrestlers. And then without wrestling, I was thinking I'm going to use my kinesiology degree when I graduate to become a personal trainer or maybe even a physical therapist.
That's interesting. The day that we're recording this is the day after I recorded the episode with Sebastian Holt, and he said that he's majoring in kinesiology.
Oh,
So
wow.
things really connect.
Cool. That's cool.
What a coincidence.
Wow.
Most important question of the show right here. Advice to younger wrestlers.
My biggest advice to younger wrestlers would be no matter what, if you're losing in the practice room, don't ever quit. Just keep working. You will get better no matter what. It just takes time. It doesn't happen overnight.
Biggest strength in your game.
The biggest strength in my wrestling definitely would either be my high crotch or my switch. Everybody knows it's coming and it still always ends up happening to them.
Let's spin the question the other direction. Biggest weakness in your game.
Weakness in wrestling would definitely be my mindset at times, knowing if the kid's like really good and if he's ranked top 10 in the country. I just get nervous and shut down. It's just my mental state sometimes. It's like, doesn't like that sometimes, since I'm afraid, like, oh, am I gonna perform well? Am I gonna go out there and win? Am I gonna pin this kid? And stuff like that.
Other schools, make sure to use that clip and get in Brayden's head
Yeah,
when it comes up to wrestling season.
please don't. Please don't.
Favorite pregame meal and music.
Oh, my favorite pregame meal after weigh-ins is definitely either a 20-ounce bottle of Gatorade or a 32-ounce bottle of Gatorade with a bacon, egg, and cheese on a croissant from Dunkin', and because I love my dunks. And my favorite, like my warm-up music, I listen to like a lot of rap. I listen to like Pop Smoke, Logic, and like stuff that hypes me up to get me in the zone, ready to go.
Notice how he said after weigh-in.
Yeah. Before weigh-ins, it's like, can I just weigh in and eat, please?
Any pre-match superstitions?
Some superstitions that I always have done. I'd always make sure I'd shake my coach's hands, like like a dap up a little bit or fist bumps, and then just make sure when I get out on the mat, put the ankle bracelets on, and then just think to myself, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna wrestle and do my best and win. Expect to win.
Amity Wrestling, expect to win.
Expect to win. Got to keep that going.
And this is just kind of a fun question. What was your worst injury from wrestling? Because I know wrestling's a big contact sport.
Yeah. Either my junior year when I got a concussion, either that or having shoulder surgery. It was one of those two. I definitely would say shoulder surgery was the worst injury I've had from wrestling.
Yeah, I remember you in that sling for a while.
Yeah. That good old sling.
Favorite wrestler?
Oh, my favorite wrestler, I'm gonna say I actually have two. They're actually two of my teammates, my boys, Ty and Cole Pfeiffer. They've helped me a lot improve this season. And they're good guys on and off the mat.
What are your thoughts on like pro wrestling, like WWE and stuff like that? I'm just curious, coming from a wrestler who wrestles in a completely different style and environment than that.
Well, I think it's cool how they picture wrestling, but at the same time, it's like they give wrestling a bad name since everyone thinks, oh, you wrestle, so you throw chairs at people, you hit them and stuff. I'm like, no, not at all. Then once I tell them what it actually is, they're like, oh, you're pretty scary. So remind me not to mess with you.
What's it like wrestling in the middle of the pandemic?
Well, I know for D3, we have to wear masks during practice and during matches. I will say it is kind of hard to breathe, especially if you're getting pinned and your opponent has his arm like around your neck. Because then it's just hard to breathe with the mask on. It's not fun to wear at all, but I guess you have to wear one during this pandemic to keep us all safe.
Are there like extra protocols for wrestling because it's a contact sport, or is it just the same as like any other college sport?
Still kind of the same as a normal season, but you have to wear masks. Heavier weights are on, well, for us at NEC. I know our team are 65 pounders and up. They're on one mat, and 57 and below, we're on another mat, and we're not allowed to cross the areas that the other mat is. There's just so much protocol we have to follow.
Oh boy. Well, hopefully we can return to normal at some point.
Hopefully, that's the goal. Hopefully, return to normal, not wearing masks at all in practice, so I
Yeah.
can breathe, so everyone can breathe.
We can get back to unrestricted airflow.
Yeah.
What nicknames do you have and where do they come from?
Well, some of my nicknames I know are Bray, which is a shortened version of my name. Everyone calls me that since it's quicker and easier to say. And the origin, I guess, not really sure when someone first called me that, but whenever they did, it just stuck, and I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. It's good, but at the same time, I don't like it. All depends on who really is saying Bray.
Yeah, I could see it getting annoying after a while.
It's pretty annoying if someone I don't like says it. It's like, why are you saying my nickname?
Like, you don't know me. How are you calling me by a nickname?
Yeah, like why do you? Who told
I
you?
get that. I get that 100%. All right. Well, this has been episode 11 with Brayden Esposito. I do have one more question that I ask at the end of every episode. Who do you want to see on the series next?
I definitely would love to see Andrew Kasha next on the series.
Has he committed yet?
No, I don't think he is committed to anywhere yet.
So if he commits, I'll definitely get him on here. Is there anybody else who you'd want to see on here?
Nah, either Andrew Kasha or maybe if Josh Foot commits somewhere, then him.
Okay. Well, this has been episode 11 with Brayden Esposito. Come back next week and we'll have someone else on here. Thanks, Brayden.
You're welcome.